Hey everyone, Simon here with a midweek update. So, in the last email that I sent out to everyone, I mentioned that friend of the program, our dear Nadia, pulled up a prashna, a question chart, unsolicited by me or anyone else, actually, um, on whether or not Bitcoin will continue to go up or will it come down. Her answer, as I stated in the last email, was that it would actually continue to go up probably into the high 60s and even reach 70. Okay, this was when Bitcoin was at like 61, I think, or 60, something like that. However, so by the way, it looks like that's happening now. Bitcoin is on its way there. It's at 65, new all-time high. However, I don't know if most of you read the second part of that email or of that prediction, because it's perhaps even more important. We all know Bitcoin's going, where it's going. What we don't know is the path it's going to take to get there. So the second part of that prediction is that then it will get its head cut off and it will come back down into the low 50s, possibly even under 50,000. In fact, she thinks it will go under 50,000. Okay. So that's the prediction. Now, when will this happen? This year, before the end of this year. So the idea is that there is going to be a dip sometime, in my opinion, late November, lasting through the first, possibly the second week of December as well. And the question was, how high would Bitcoin get before that? And that was the answer. So Bitcoin could get up to 70,000. Then it would get its head cut off and drop down, possibly even below 50, according to Nadia. Okay, so that's the prashna. And so far, it seems to be working out because Bitcoin has continued to rise since then. Let's see if it gets to 70, as the prashna seems to indicate. 70 or the high 60s. Now, what does that mean for you? Now, you guys know, hey, I sold. What if you sold your Bitcoin early, too early, like me, right? Well, it depends on what you did with that money when you sold it. So if you sold it and you bought, say, Polygon, Matic, then you've actually outperformed Bitcoin. So that was a good call. So you have nothing to worry about. Where's Bitcoin? Bitcoin is up 14% over the last week. Polygon Matic is up 25%, right? If you bought UMA, or in this case, Crypterium, then you've done better, right? You've outperformed Bitcoin and Ethereum. However, if you did nothing with that money, just kind of held it, then obviously Bitcoin has continued to go up and you've lost out on some profits. Now, a couple of the A sounds are beginning to move. If you guys remember, a couple weeks back, we talked about that the A sounds, so A includes Ethereum, right, would begin to do well during this period, and you would be very ill-advised to bet against A-sounding coins. Now, this typically, the reason for this prediction was that the North Node, not to get too technical, the North Node occupied a certain portion of the sky. It entered into that little house. Now, typically the North Node doesn't stay that long, and I take the True Node. However, this time it seems to be staying a little bit longer. So this influence is going to continue. It started a couple weeks ago, right? It's going to continue through at least the first week of December. Now, that doesn't mean these coins will pump the whole time. In fact, they haven't pumped yet, right? They're just starting. But it means that there is time between, September through December and possibly even, through late December, that these coins will have a run. When that is exactly, I don't know. Rahu is not that predictable, but they will have a run. So the A coins, looks like a couple of them have begun to say, hey, I'm here, I'm alive. That includes Elrond, by the way. I don't know how Elrond is doing. Let's take a look. Elrond is also an A coin, so, or a coin with that sound A. So it's doing just barely okay. It's not nothing special. It looks like 240. So so keep an eye out on those, and keep an eye out for the fact that, in my opinion, you will have a chance to get back into Bitcoin in the 50,000s, possibly even below, right? 49K, something like that. And probably you'll have a chance to get back into Ethereum below 4K one more time before the end of this year. Don't kill me if it doesn't happen. Don't don't put your life savings into this, obviously, into anyone's one prediction. However, we feel that there will be a dip. So don't FOMO in right now. And as I mentioned earlier, if you sold Bitcoin, even if you sold it much, much sooner, like I did, I sold at 51K. I sold Ethereum at 35, 3,600. Okay. But I didn't hold on to that money. I reinvested it into something else. And that brings me to the next point. I reinvested a good portion of it into something called Miami Coin and something called XPRT. And I did a chart on whether or not these two together would outperform Ethereum and Bitcoin, right? Because these are the two standards. And this is what that chart looks like. And you can see it has Rahu exactly in the Lagna. I mean, literally, you could not have planned it or timed it better if that's what you wanted. So Rahu in the ascendant can be a little difficult to predict, but what it creates is obviously K2 on the descendant. So the descendant here, the seventh house, is represented by Ethereum and Bitcoin. And then Miami and XPRT are represented by the first house. So it's my prediction based on this and using the Gambler's Dharma method to judge this, that Miami and XPRT will outperform Ethereum and Bitcoin, and fairly handily. It won't be necessarily a blowout, but they will outperform. Okay, so as of today, so far that's not the case. Let's see if we go into the 7-day. Let's go into sort of a mock portfolio, if you will, of the coins that I hold. I hold all of these coins that you see here. I sold my Ardor. I don't have any of that, but most of these I hold. So for the week, let's take a look here. And so these are the worst performers for the week. Good old Voyager. Thank you very much. Right. So if you sold Bitcoin and you bought Voyager, you've not done well, right, this last week. Or you bought Celsius or IOST or MXC or so forth, right? You haven't done well. But if you sold them and you bought other projects, then you have done well. So I guess I could try and do this way. Let's go ahead and just take a look here. So here's Bitcoin up. Well, it looks like it's dipped a little bit since we opened this. So yeah, so Ethereum is up 16%. It's doing well. But if you bought any of these, you're doing better. So you could see Miami's doing better. XPRT, I don't think XPRT is doing better. Not yet. That's a long-term hold. Here it is. That's only up 7% for the week. So anyhow, those are the news. So just to recap, Bitcoin possibly going to 70 before it gets its head cut off and comes down to the low 50s, even below 50. Okay. Last time Nadia made this kind of prediction, it was spot on. Then we relied on that same chart a little bit too long, and then it failed us. But this is just one prediction. We're not pushing the chart to give us anything else except this. So that's the first thing. Second thing is keep an eye out on the A coins, Energy Web, Elrond, Ethereum, and so forth. Okay, Engine and so forth. Number three, let's see, what was number three? Well, I guess I kind of went into talking about how to reinvest if you sell early from one coin, find something else that's good to reinvest in. So I guess actually that's it for today. So that is the update. Okay, so here is that last email, and where I talked about this prashna. Also talked about how to make 430% interest. If you're not doing that yet, and you don't have this email, just email me. I can send you a link. It's a pretty amazing opportunity at the moment. We'll see how long it goes on. So the final thing, and I'm glad you waited till the end here, is a huge announcement. Huge announcement. We have a number of very big CEO type folks coming this Friday to talk to us about startup projects that we may have the opportunity to get into before they go public, before they get sold to the public. I'm talking about entry level, pre-sale kind of stuff available to all of us here. I've been working very hard to, okay, not very hard, but I don't work that hard, but I've been working hard on getting you guys these opportunities, getting myself these opportunities. Now, I have not bought anything. I'm not, I'm not before you. We're all going to go in this together, whoever decides to. But we have CEOs of a number of major companies who are going to be talking to us. So I hope you guys can join us starting this Friday. Okay, this Friday I want to introduce you to three very, big people in the crypto and other spaces. And then the following Friday as well. And then hopefully we'll keep that going. So join us this Friday, and hopefully we'll all get to share the opportunity that crypto provides, which is to be part of the elite, even though we're not part of the elite, right? To make big gains like 15%, 30%, even up to 430% interest without having to be a big banker or a stockbroker or anything like that. And to participate in IPOs, if you will, ICOs, initial coin offerings, before they're offered to the public. This is, again, something that only venture capitalists and such kind of people get access to. And it's always been a personal bugaboo of mine that, why is it just these people who get all the best opportunities, the pick, right? Why can't we have something like that as well? So that's my goal. I've been working on getting that. I've been telling you guys this for months now, that this is something I'd like to create. None of these projects are mine. They belong to others, but I'd love to share them and bring them to everyone. So hope to see you next Friday. That's it out of me, and we'll see you then. Namaskar.